So take us back, man. How did this all start?
Started selling wheels out of the trunk of my car in 96.
Ooh, man.
I did get robbed at gunpoint selling wheels out my trunk.
We're lucky to have you here. And you're probably going into some sketchy areas sometimes.
Well, I would always think about that. I would think about it beforehand, like, okay, where are you going to meet this person? We expanded. We doubled in size. And then after a while, we outgrew that.
I mean, I know that you've done a lot of athletes, a lot of probably celebrities, a lot of people that have come through your shop, man.
Steven Jackson would come a lot. Stephen Curry was a customer. Too Short, a lot of Bay Area rappers. Richie Rich, done a lot of stuff for Rich over the years.
It's Mauricio Mejia live on YouTube.
All right, we are back. It's Mauricio Mejia live inside of Studio B in the heart of Silicon Valley, downtown San Jose. And today I get to bring someone that I've known for a very long time. It's been a influencer before influencers were labeled influencers, but influencer in the car world, in the rim world, actually I want to call that an automotive lifestyle. I got that from my boy Miles Kovac from Dub Magazine. But I got to welcome my boy Tommy in the house. Tommy, I still got you on my phone. We talked about it. I got you, Tommy from California Wheels. I don't even have your last name, bro. I think I just barely learned it 25 years later.
I've got you under Mauricio Vault. Yeah, it's over 20 for sure, 25-ish
for sure it is. And it's been a journey, man. And we still look the same. We still look good, looking good, bro.
So. I'll take it.
Well, one, thank you for taking the time and coming out to the show. And I've been covering a lot of people from the Bay Area, a lot of people from different parts, and it's interesting that the response that I've been getting from being in our own backyard, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's interesting. We don't think we get the support, but then all of a sudden you're like, damn, we do get support from people that are around us. So, and you got to know that from having a business here in San Jose, man.
Yeah, been doing this since 1996 now, almost 30 years basically.
Wow.
Started selling wheels out of the trunk of my car in 96.
Ooh, man. Well, before we go into that, I obviously know your background. Not all of it. I'm going to learn some new stuff today. But, for the people that are out there watching, the entrepreneurs, the people that are trying to figure out what they want to do in their lives. I mean, we touch so many people from around the world here, and we also talk about the journey, right? We all have a journey. We all have a story because we didn't get here just overnight, and we didn't get here just by cruising and going through life an easy way. We go through peaks and valleys, man. So we start off basically, born and raised, man. We're give us a little background, some history of brothers and sisters, family, and all that good stuff.
Born and raised in San Jose, California.
Okay. Silicon Valley, there we go.
Silicon Valley. My parents were from Michigan.
Okay.
They moved out here. My dad actually took a job at Intel.
Nice.
So this is
back in the day.
Back in the 70s, 77, 78, early days of Silicon Valley.
I wonder if it was still orchards out here still back in
it had to be. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. Actually, no, I think it was 76 they moved out here.
Damn, I was born in 76.
I was born 77. Yeah, so it was like right before I was.
We're aging ourselves, man. We're aging ourselves.
Yeah.
So he's working at Intel. You guys, so tell us a little bit about that little journey there. Your dad comes out and, you're not even born yet.
Right.
Okay.
Just grew up, normal childhood, Campbell, San Jose area.
Real rough in Campbell, bro.
It's funny that Campbell back then.
I'm going to talk some shit right now.
Back then, Campbell was known a little bit more, it was different than it is now. Now it's got like the nicer nightlife, nice city, nice good downtown area.
Campbell was a party town. I heard in the 80s. I heard there was a lot of clubs back in the day, the clubs that were there were jumping. Mm-hmm. So I heard that the 80s in Campbell was jumping. So,
before my time clubbing.
But that's what I said.
I definitely have heard it and could see it and stuff.
So tell us, growing up, how did that look for you and brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I've got an older brother and a younger sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did that kind of play out? Are they entrepreneurs too, or?
My brother works at California Wheels now.
Okay.
My dad used to work there for a long time.
Oh, damn. All right. There you go.
So he's officially retired from there. He retired probably maybe about 5 years ago or so.
He probably retired twice. after he left Intel, then he came to you, or?
Well, yeah, he had left Intel and then gone to different startups and would go to different, kind of like the Silicon Valley type of high-tech approach to newer startups and newer companies and that sort of thing.
Got it.
As far as Intel, I think he probably left, had to be in the 80s sometime.
Yeah. So well, for those of you that don't know Intel, Intel is one of the OG companies, chip makers in this world. I mean, the Intel chip is in probably every single computer we can think of.
Yeah.
Even to this day, there's still the Intel chip is in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
In your iPhones, there's probably Intel chips unless they get replaced by the NVIDIA chips or something like that. I don't know.
I mean, at one time, they were definitely the largest chip manufacturer, and they probably still are in some capacities on some things, but they were, one of the early kind of companies that were there in Silicon Valley, as far as I know and stuff.
So share with us, you're going through this, you're growing up in Campbell. How's that looking like? I mean, school, high school, are you playing any sports?
Yeah, I played sports. I went to Baker Elementary, then we moved, then went to Miller Junior High School, and I went to Lynbrook High School.
Okay. Real rough schools there. I'm picking on you, Tommy. I'm picking on you.
Now they're like the distinguished schools of California thing. Or whatever,
they got the gold ribbons and stuff like that.
I ran track.
Okay.
I ran track and I played basketball.
Oh, you definitely got the height for it. So
track was really my better of the two sports, or that I was, I ran hurdles a lot. I ran relays and did high jump and stuff. And then we did well at it at Miller and in high school. Then when I was at Lynbrook freshman year, the basketball coach had came out and saw me like running and jumping and racing. Hurdles was probably my best event, but I would do all of them.
Damn, that's a dangerous sport too. I mean, especially when you're hurdling. Hey, no, I'm not talking shit on that one. That's real. When you got a hurdle and you miss one of those.
Oh, you eat it for sure. Yeah. If you haven't fallen, you're not trying hard enough. Yeah,
man. Yeah.
But anyway, he's like, man, you should play basketball. And I did some, but never took it like real serious.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, let me try it. And he kind of like come to these open gyms and then come out to try for the team, and like more of started doing it in the summer and then really got into it. And then I really enjoyed basketball in high school.
Okay.
I mean, I still do. I have Warrior season tickets for 20 years. Been going to
it. I'd love to go to a Warrior game, man. Where are your seats at?
Now they used to be like low at Oracle. I moved my way up. I'm on the. It's at Chase. They're still good. But
yeah. The Chase Center is pretty. The way that they designed it, you still feel intimately involved in the game.
Yeah, I mean the view is great. Yeah. You can. It's definitely a
Even
good time sitting from wherever. You can definitely see. Get in there, and it's a different experience at Chase than it was at Oracle.
It is.
Oracle was a little more urban and rowdy, and the bands were like die hard into it. Chase seems a little more
contained,
more mellow, tacky.
Yeah, more
doesn't have
cheese and wine.
For sure. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to remember the teams being in the East Bay, man. That area was just rowdy. Not because it was the East Bay, it was just the culture that was out there. You got the Raiders, the A's fans. And the Warriors there, I mean, it was bananas.
Back then when the Warriors were not making the playoffs, terrible and stuff, people, you're going to go to Oakland? Like, you're going to go to a basketball game in Oakland? Do you feel safe? I'm like, come on, you're coming with me. We're going.
We're going.
You're going to be like, oh, man.
Oh, man.
And then people, like, you couldn't give them away back then.
Yeah.
Once they started winning, started getting good and stuff.
I think once they changed ownerships, I think that's when things started.
Yeah, they used to have a guy named Chris Cohan who owned it.
Okay.
And his ownership group just was not the same level, focused in the same way and everything. Right. There was years and years and years. They made the playoffs in like the early 90s. They had the Run TMC, Chris Mullen, and everything. That's when I really enjoyed basketball and that's when I started like going to the game some. And but then they had the drought of going to the playoffs for it was like 16, 17 years before the We Believe season in 2007. And that was then they went to the playoffs, and that was just the taste of it actually getting, headed in the right direction.
It's pretty interesting. I moved up from LA. I'm a Laker fan, but I'm the OG Laker fan. So when Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, like that era, because I grew up watching them, and I just when I moved up to the Bay, I was like the Warriors. I didn't even know there was a team in the Bay Area. I was like, whoa. And then into 2007. I mean, I moved up 96, 10 years later almost. I'm like, oh, there's a team here? And like, because they started winning.
Right.
So interestingly enough, and we used to have some of the players come out to the club back in that day. So it was pretty. I have a funny story. I had a Baron Davis.
Oh, yeah.
I have a Baron Davis story that I've shared where I didn't know who he was, and there was a guy trying to get into the club. And you remember back in the days, that place was, if you weren't there by a certain time, or if you didn't know somebody, you weren't getting in.
At Vault? Oh, yeah, for sure. Vault was cracking.
So I remember the guy taps on my shoulder, and I looked. The first thing I did is I looked down to kind of see, and I saw there was a guy standing with bright white tennis shoes. So I looked at it, and the guy says, hey, we're trying to get in. I said, and I didn't look, and I was total fucking jackass. I was like, it's not going to happen tonight. Like, I didn't even look. Like, and he taps, he goes, hey, do you know who I have next to me? And I'm like, and I looked, and I saw he had a beard, right? And I'm like, I don't give a fuck who that is. I'm like, he's not coming in. and he's like, he stepped away, and all of a sudden, like, this is about 11:30, 11:45, my phone starts ringing. And I got a call from some Chicago number. I'm like, who the fuck's calling me from Chicago at this time? So I pick up the phone, and it's Win Silberman. Do you know Win by any chance?
I don't think so.
So he's a sports agent, and he's done stuff in the Bay Area, and he had a Chicago number. And he goes, hey, this is Win. And I'm like, who the fuck is this? Hello? He goes, yeah. He goes, hey, you have one of my players outside, and I need to get him in. And I said, oh, bro, he's not coming in. He goes, you know who he is? And he started to give me, I was like, I don't give a fuck who he is.
Yeah.
He goes, I need to get him inside. What is it going to take? And it just came out of my mouth naturally. I'm like, $5,000, like I'm trying to shoo him away.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, no problem. I was like, all right, no problem. Then at that time, I called my boy Joe on the radio. And Joe come to
Big Joe?
Big Joe, yeah.
Yeah, Big Joe.
So I called Big Joe to the front. Rest in peace, my
Joe
brother.
Grande.
Yeah.
Yes.
I called him to the front, and I said, hey, do me a favor. Take this group, first grab the credit card, because and he pulled out a black American Express, no problem. He goes, I go, hey, run it for $5,000, put a table together and put them next to the owner's table. My table, which is next to the bar, I said, put them next to the owner's table and get them in, and do me a favor, get them in through the back. Because what I didn't want, and people, they're like, well, why didn't you let them in? That's Baron Davis. I didn't look at the face. What I did is I profiled them by the shoes. And the interesting part was, it's not because I didn't know who he was.
Right.
I would have probably done, given an exception. But I looked we had a dress code.
Yeah.
And the problem is if I let him in, all the guys that I've denied that are still kind of swarming around, they're going to give me shit, and then it starts problems at the door.
Right. Why didn't we get in?
Why didn't we get in? And
my Air Force Ones are cleaner.
Yeah. Well, no, and then it goes even deeper, and people don't even understand this. The reason why we don't want white tennis shoes in is because we already know from experience what's going to happen. You're going to bump into the drunk girl or the guy, and your drinks are going to fall, or your shoes are going to get scuffed because you're in a crowded environment. Depending on the personality, you don't know. Oh man, what the fuck? You stepped on my shoes, or hey, what's up? Like you fuck. Yeah. And it creates a problem.
Right.
So it's not that I didn't want white tennis shoes in. It's just, and I didn't have fucking 30 minutes to explain to them why we don't allow white tennis shoes.
Right.
And even when we've gone through that exercise, people would be like, well, no, it's not going to happen. And if it happens, like, no, we've had enough incidences that we have enough data to say it ain't happening.
Right.
Well, for $5,000, buddy, you're coming in, and at the end of the night, we ended up having drinks and bullshit. And I apologize. I'm like, hey man, I didn't know, and this is the reason why. Well, he says you're right, because it was already it was so crowded. Some girl was drinking some Cosmopolitan or a vodka Red Bull or something. With cranberry. And guess what? She bumped in and fucking spilled it on his shoes.
Right on the
shoes. At the end of the night, he's laughing because his shoes got fucked up. And he apologized. And I said, well, that's why we don't let him in. Thank you for being a gentleman or a cool dude to not snap, because you just never know, right? But that's my story with the Warriors and Baron Davis, man. I thought it was a pretty interesting, fun experience. So
Baron was a baller.
Well, I know. He was like the best basketball player of that time during that time that he was coming.
The We Believe team: Baron Davis, Steven Jackson, Monte Ellis. Yeah, they were customers. He played at UCLA, then he went to Charlotte.
Yeah.
He's got a famous dunk on. They called him AK-47, Andre Karolinko.
Okay.
It's a really, really good dunk that's on a lot of highlight films. But yeah, I was at that game with my friend Abel.
Okay.
This was a playoff game during the whole We Believe thing.
Got it. Well, I just remember, man, when he came down, I was like, I mean, they were in celebration mode because he had to get in, and I was like, what's $5,000? All right, I came up. So
I mean, vault was cracking back then.
Hey,
that's good.
We had at that time too. I think we had like Troy Aikman in there. We had a bunch of the 49ers. There was something big was happening, and there was a lot of pro athletes that were in town.
Oh, okay.
So I remember that we had a bunch of and not only was there a lot of pro athletes, and the improv was cracking. We had Jamie Foxx was in town. The arena was cracking. So we had everybody knew that celebrity wise, what happens in the vault stays in the vault. So everybody would come. We had such a great reputation back then. So. Anyways, good times, man.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, we used to be representing all the exotic cars that used to come.
Yeah,
we're all representing your wheels, bro, and we all knew because every car, I don't care if it was what kind of car, Lamborghini, Ferrari, everyone got tagged with either a plate or some kind of sticker that said California wheels. I'm like, man, who would let that sticker? I would say that. I'm like, I would never let that sticker on my car until I got wheels on my car. I was like, oh man, I got tagged by Tommy. Good times though, man. Good times.
That was marketing back then. That was like brand awareness, how people would see it, and that worked well for us and stuff through the years. You would see it driving all over the freeways, all over the bay, all over the place. I mean, people would send me pictures like they're in Oregon and saw a car with California wheels on it, or they're in Vegas, or they saw something, all over different states and stuff.
I think part of the reason I think we would allow, my experience, and I just from others as well that I know, and I know we've jumped ahead, and I want to go back to why you got into that and where that started. But Tommy, you've always been good to the community. You've always treated everyone VIP. No matter what kind of rims or what kind of cars, there's a car guy and a car guy connect no matter what, because there's beauty in every car. So, and I think that you've always been that respectful person and that person that customer service is just natural, man. People person skills. So I think that's what's carried your success to where you're at today. 1996, you said you started?
1996.
Bro, that's 30 years.
30 years. Yeah.
So take us back, man. How did this all start?
It really started with lowriding.
Okay.
I went to my first lowrider show. It was probably 12 with my friend Abel at Santa Clara Fairgrounds back then.
I remember those, man.
They had them back then. It was good.
I remember those, yeah.
Kid Frost performed.
Oh, man. We were just talking about Kid Frost yesterday.
We were in junior high. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And, I just really enjoyed the cars. Lowrider Magazine was like, I had lowriders were big in San Jose. It was really...
Well, it's the birth. From what I understand,
sure.
King and Story is the birth of lowrider, of cruising. Maybe... Yeah. I know LA guys are going to be fighting on that one. They're going to be like, no. Lowrider started now, but I think
there was the big car show this past in July that like very, very close friends of mine put that on. That I helped them like get some of the things together, get some of the performers together for them, help organize it. There was 12,000 people at that show.
Who's the producer of that show?
Allegiance San Jose.
Okay, yeah,
it was called King and Story. But
the one that was actually out on the streets. Yes,
they shut down King and Story.
I wasn't in town for that.
Hydraulic Hop and everything. Had Aztec dancers there to start it off. the Florico dancers, all kinds of food trucks. It was big. 12,000.
Interesting. The city would allow that, right? Just because in the early '90s or mid '90s, cruising was prohibited.
Yeah, it did. It got banned. It was like early 2000s. It was after that. They would kind of like regulate it some, but it got banned, and they got tough on it in like the early 2000s. But the reason it was permitted, like this was all done with permits, all done the right way and stuff. Close friend of mine, a guy named Christian, he is in with the city doing, he works close with the cities for traffic control and traffic shutdown to replace city signs and when they're going to do construction, you know, say a sidewalk's getting replaced in a certain area and the block needs to get shut off from whatever hours. But he's very familiar with the permitting process and familiar with the people, the right people to talk to on it and everything.
I think San Jose wants a little flavor back in it, you know?
Now they're finally getting it.
Yeah.
They are. Even none of the businesses wanted that to happen at first because, we're going to get shut down. What are we going to do? It's going to lose our customers for the day.
Right.
Once it happened and once it's there, a lot of them are like,
no, we want it back.
Yeah, we want it back. When are you guys going to come? And this was even endorsed by the mayor and everything like that. It was a big event. It was a big show.
I got to give it to, I got to give props where props are deserved. So Councilmember Raul Perales, District 3, before he termed out, and he was running for mayor at the time, he wrote an ordinance to allow cruising to come back. So shout out to him because he was thinking ahead. I mean, it's part of the culture.
They started a new show on that they call San Jose Lowrider Day.
That's right.
Also.
That's right. They took it to the next step. And then we got a badass mayor right now, man. I love this guy because one, he's young, he's got energy, he gets it, and he understands that coming out of the COVID era, right now it's a race between three great cities right now. You got San Jose, Oakland, and San Francisco, all within 45 minutes of each other. And, you know, Oakland started getting a bad rap because it lost all its teams. San Francisco was getting bad rap because all the homelessness and the drug use on the streets, open public, and San Jose is this you know, they've always, not me, but people in the past have always said, the South Bay, they've always disregarded it, but not realizing that San Jose is the third largest city, bigger than San Francisco and Oakland.
Yeah,
San Jose is the biggest city, but yet it's been disregarded. And
for years, it always kind of has because until the Sharks, they never had a sports team. They didn't have the full arena. There wasn't. That was part of the whole idea behind the city hall to have a building that's going to be like a landmark type building for San Jose.
That's right.
And it's good the mayor's in there that's
the mayor's
involving the people more or like can connect with the people a little bit more.
100%. He's open-minded and he connects. And he gets it. And that's why San Jose's on the right path right now for becoming a vibrant city again and all that good stuff that's coming down. So I give it up. Mayor Matt Mayhem, great job, man. He's got a long future with the city. So Lowrider is kind of the spark that kicks off this in your mind something. You're still not even in the...
Well, that was just more of like, I like the cars.
Yeah.
I like the cars. You get the magazine. I mean, we're talking early 90s back then. Yeah. You know, and then
Lowrider magazine.
Lowrider magazine. Yeah. That was a cool magazine. It was either car audio or it was Lowrider.
All right.
And then there were like the older kind of hot rod ones and stuff. But those were the two that I would look at and was into. Then you see all the cars. You see candy paint. You see hydraulics. You see... You know, the music that goes with it, everything, the different wheels.
And that magazine was actually, Lowrider magazine was founded here in San Jose.
It was. Tully Road. In San Jose.
Tully or Story Road. I remember because the address was a San Jose address. So
in San Jose, per capita, they had it was really the Lowrider heart of the world at one point because they have more hydraulic shops, they have more suspension shops. And like King and Story was really... We're kind of
Lowrider Mecca.
Yep, especially in NorCal. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
So from there, I had a Honda Civic that I got in high school, and no passenger mirror, no power steering, no AC. It was like stripped down. The bumpers were black. The The car was red, but you get your car that's like, wow, this is actually my car, not the hand-me-down kind of beat-up car.
Right.
There's
more love to it. Yeah.
So we start getting into it.
And back in the day, getting a car and a driver's license, we couldn't wait.
For sure. You did that on your 16th birthday.
Immediately. You can't wait so you can go get that permit.
My daughter's driving now. She's got it. But she waited till I think she was almost 18 before she got yours. My son's 16. He doesn't have it, but it's just different.
They're too spoiled.
Back then, that was your freedom.
That's right.
That was your freedom. That's how you could get out. And then there was a certain sense like all your other friends are kind of doing it also on their birthday.
So everybody's doing it.
It's your rite of passage that you want to do that right then on the birthday and stuff.
Oh, man.
So after, I had a job since I was in 15. So just different types of jobs.
So high school, you already have a job in high school?
Oh, yeah.
And graduate from high school?
Yeah.
College? A little bit.
I went to De Anza and it kind of...
Little bit?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
For sure. I didn't graduate college. I stopped going to sell wheels and tires and stuff.
Man.
Which worked out because I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do and everything. And then once I found it, it helped.
Yeah.
But the whole way I kind of started getting into it was from building that Civic into a lowrider.
Got it. Okay, did you put some Daytons on that thing or what?
Zenith.
There you go. See?
Yeah. So the first wheels I ever got were some.
Those when you see a Japanese car or a foreign car with some Daytons, and are you like, why? But because we would think culturally, it belongs on an Impala or a lowrider, right?
Back then, they had a whole category. They were more popular. It was called the Euro class or the Euro style. So there were a lot of. There were mini trucks in the 80s.
Yep.
Then there were the lowriders, Impalas, Monte Carlos, that kind of stuff. And then the Hondas and Acuras, or sometimes Mercedes or Lexus. It was really a lot of Hondas, Nissans, and Toyotas and stuff.
I saw Mercedes and Lexuses with Daytons on it, or the Zenith rims, right? I was like, what? Wire spokes? I'm like,
Well, and even like the 5.0 Mustang, that was big. And there's the one in Menace to Society that's popular. But they all fit into like the Euro category, they called it. But it was definitely popular back then. Mm-hmm. So I had that car. I got some 13.7 Chrome Zeniths for it after a while. I found them used. I remember I had to borrow some. I had some money. I had to borrow some money from my sister.
That's how bad you wanted those rims, man.
Well, how bad I actually wanted them. I saw this car that had them. It was a purple Honda Civic, and then I would see it parked at this building that was by like a insurance building off of Saratoga, and I was like, oh, they work there. So I would see it after a while, and then I left them a note on their windshield like a few times. It's like, hey, if you ever sell these wheels, I'm gonna buy them.
Yeah, here's my number.
Yeah.
Or here's my pager number, right? Could you?
It worked. Eventually, it worked.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that fills up your cup, man. So what happens next?
They were off of Jackson, so we went. I forget. They called and like, okay, we want to sell it. I don't remember the details of how long it was, or anything, but it was like $1,200. I think I had 700. I'm like, oh shit!
And $1,200.
They actually want to sell them, and I'm not ready now.
Yeah.
And $1,200.
Of course,
hell yeah!
Of course, you're not ready.
Yeah. Borrowed some money from my sister. Went down there, got them, got the wheels, came back. I was super excited. Then I realized, like, okay, these are complicated to put on. Thankfully, I knew enough to know I didn't know what I was doing. Because I was like, I would take my own tires off. The car was already lowered at that point. It had 13s, like low enough where the tires would wear on the inside a lot from the negative camber. So I would know about
Bro,
taking
you got technical
tires.
on there right now. The negative what? The what? The wheel well? Okay.
And but putting the wires on was totally different. You got the adapters, they're reverse threaded on one side, the knockoff spin in one direction on one side, they go on the other side. And I know, like, if they're not on right, they'll come off and fall off, and you got to put it on properly.
Jeez.
So I tried to go to a local.
I'm glad I knew none of that. I just said, hey, I just want my wheels put on, and I hope they're done right. So
there's a lot to it, depending which one's going to go on and stuff. And then if you need a spacer, if the caliper's got to get grinded or fit, it's got to be the right lug that's going to fit on for the teeth of the adapter and the hub of the wheel to engage.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know any of that stuff at all back then. I just knew like, okay, this is more complicated than
Right. It's going to cost you more money now too.
So we go to our local kind of like mechanic dude and stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll put them on. And I was like, okay. Then I see him and he pulls out this old pronged tool that you use to put to pull a hubcap off. Yeah. It's got a little rubber mallet. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna hit it on with this. And I was like, okay, this dude knows less than me.
Oh, so, wow.
I ain't going here. And then I don't know why I didn't think of it, but Zenith wire wheels are made in Campbell, from Campbell, California.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes, Jim Craig, Zenith. That's why it's got to be Zenith. Yeah.
All right.
Dayton's are from Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
Dayton.
Damn, see, I'm learning something new today. Yeah, there you go. All right.
Dayton wire wheel, 1916.
Dayton, Ohio is busting out with wire wheels.
Yes.
And someone in LA or in San Jose picked these rims and said, these are going in the Impalas.
Well, it was just the style from the wires that caught on. There would be Krager Supremes that would go on there.
What car did that rim really belong to?
Wire wheels?
Yeah.
Well, look at all the classic Ferraris. Look at all the classic not muscle cars, like European classic Mercedes.
That's right. Damn.
Look at all the British
Jaguar.
cars.
I remember yeah.
So all of these cars, like cars that are worth
wire wheels,
50 plus million, they
Yeah.
have wire wheels on them. That's kind of like all the historic vehicles that you'll see going.
Man, Tommy, I'm telling you, I'm glad that you came on the show today. You're definitely giving me an education on rims. Okay.
So that's really, really where it started. The company that would make those is called Barani, and they have like Italian. They have these are like super, super, super valuable wheels and stuff too.
Yeah.
We actually recreated a set of those in a 2-piece billet for a real good customer of ours to go on one of his Ferrari 812 Competizione Aperta.
Nice.
But anyway, they have the heritage. Dayton wire wheels started in 1916.
Damn. All right.
So Zenith, I don't know exactly.
Someone with some, and then they decided, wow, we're gonna chrome plate these suckers now.
Chroming, and they would do gold, and they would, yeah. I mean, I don't know the exact progression they went through, but these were like the first wires that were going on the cars. They were on bicycles first or on buggies, and you didn't really see a buggy with spoke wheels, but bikes, and then it just converted from there. So Zenith wire wheels is in Campbell.
Yeah.
Walking distance.
Man, I'd love
from
to
where
just
my
go.
store is now.
Oh,
it's just right around the corner.
I'm going to make it a point to go show up, just to definitely like to say, hey, because that's history right there.
Oh, for sure.
That's it, and they're still in business. I mean, they're still.
Jim Craig was the founder. He was the main one behind it. He passed away probably, I don't know, 10 plus years ago, more than that, maybe 15.
Okay.
After that, a different guy that was a mentor to me, Ray Marchese from Roadster Wire Wheels, he bought Zenith and the rights, and he was remaking them and doing it.
Nice.
Ray ended up dying. After he died, it went to Coker Classics, and the brand kind of like diluted, and then everybody started making different
knockoffs.
Yeah, different ones that they would put Zenith on and everything and stuff.
So we got your Honda on wire wheels now.
Yeah.
What's next on that then?
Hydraulics.
Oh, damn, bro! You're spending a lot of money in this little car, bro.
All my money, all of it.
Yeah. Do you have a picture of that car by any chance?
I do.
Make sure the production gets a picture of that car. We're gonna put that picture up on the show.
Okay, for sure. So before the wire wheels were the
all the accessories are worth more than the fucking car.
Oh, for sure. Of course. Why not?
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to get the car cheap so you can put all the money into it.
Oh,
Make
man. Anyway, let's keep going.
So
liability.
Hydraulics, 1 pump, 8 dump setup. Yeah. Then it's candy paint.
Oh, man.
So this guy named Alex, very talented artist. He was at a company called Signs and Wonders.
Okay.
Famous guy. A lot of his stuff came out in lowrider magazines and things like that. Really, really well known. He had this technique where he would do these ribbon style graphics. That you ever see that Olympic sport where they spin the ribbons?
Oh,
like
yeah.
I don't know, the aerobatic, whatever dancing. he would make graphics on the cars that would look like that.
Oh, wow.
It was dope. He was really, really talented. So
gotta have a lot of patience for that shit.
Oh, you gotta
I've
have
seen
patience.
guys that are doing pinstriping and all of that hand painting. I'm like,
I learned how painters and graphics work and what they do and patience. Yeah, my car was there for probably a year plus.
oh God.
But it was good though because I was there all the
course.
time. I would go there all the time because I just wanted to see like what was going on, how you get it done, how they do some of the work.
Yeah.
And you're seeing other things done. And
So how the hell were you getting around? You had a second car by that
yeah,
time?
I had a little beater car and stuff. Yeah. So your nice car, like, doesn't even barely get driven because it's going to be in the shop all the time or getting modified and stuff.
It's a showpiece, man. It's a
sure.
showpiece. That's really what it is at the end of the day.
sure.
At the end of the day.
So what happened once it's the wire wheels, candy paint, hydraulics, interior, nice. It started. I would take it to some shows. Started winning maybe some shows and some contests, and I won a contest where the prize was some wire wheels from Roadster wire wheels, and it was actually a Lowrider magazine different contest where they had BFG help put it on.
Nice.
And I asked
BF
them
Goodrich, just in case. I got that one. I got that one.
I asked them if I could go down there to pick the wheels up. Drove down, picked them up, and this is when Ray from Roadster had these new wheels that were like Dayton's, but they were from China and they were a lot less expensive, way cheaper. And I was like, dude, let me sell these. You know, he got a couple. He's like, oh, okay, Tommy. Yeah. So you got two sets. Took them. I was going to Dianza full time.
Yeah.
And then I had a different job testing like digital sound processors, working in a lab and stuff. And
Fucking boring, right?
yeah, exactly.
But you got to pay for that car that you're getting fixed. Boring, paid, whatever. You got to do what you got to do.
I did that. I did roofing for a couple summers. Yeah, and that was good. A bit better money without.
Much more dangerous, but
Yeah,
got you.
I didn't care though.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't a good roofer. I was like a good grunt. I was like, put this sack, take all that garbage,
Yeah.
put it on your sack,
Uh-huh.
walk up that ladder that is hella dangerous that you might eat shit on, and just all the grunt work. I was the grunt. Yeah.
Hey, they picked on you. The Latinos on the job site. They're like, oh, we got the güero right there. Pick on it.
It worked. I didn't mind it. It was cool. I love that. It was, yeah. Oh yeah, no, for sure. And then I don't know. That was a good experience. And then you realize damn, you gotta be at work at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
You know. And this was with Palo Alto Worth Roofing Company, so it was up in the peninsula a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, where was I? After
So you're selling the wheels. You got these pair of China wheels. You're going to Dianza and
sold a couple sets, and then
how quick before you sold those sets? Because
I don't remember. At least like one was maybe quicker, and the one took a little while. And then I called the guy. Ray. I was like, "Hey, how do I pay you? You know, I want to get some more." He's like, "Oh, you want to pay me?" I was like, "Yeah, because I want some more." He's like, "Okay, you can Western Union the money here." So I did that, Western Union the money, and they had this. I'll send you 2 more sets, and it kind of just started off from there. Then where it really started to take off more, I put ads in the Diablo Dealer and the Bay Classifieds. Do you remember Diablo Dealer? Or the Auto Trader?
Yes.
It was like a little free magazine. In LA, they had the Recycler. You remember Recycler?
I remember the Recycler,
okay.
yes.
So
yes.
Diablo Dealer was the Bay's version of Recycler.
Got it.
And everybody looked in the Recycler.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah. Just to even look at the cars. See what that was the only free magazine we could get.
That was our version of looking at Zillow or, looking at Bring a Trailer. People look at all that now.
Right.
I would go and it was free. You'd look at it. I would just look at all the different cars in there and stuff. And then I was like, okay, let me call these people, put a little ad in here. Just took a picture of a couple of ads, a couple of the wheels, put an ad in there. I had a pager.
Yeah.
So
a beeper. Yeah. For those of you that don't know.
And then slowly started. Somebody would page me, beat me.
Yeah.
And then I would drive around with a few wheels in the trunk of my car.
Wow.
It was like an 82 Marquis
Okay.
Brady Bunch brown,
Okay.
super ugly, like just
with the wood paneling and shit.
It didn't have the wood paneling, but it was like the epitome of like the 80s. Yeah. It looked like that car that you could have seen it in any like 80s teen movie, or like, what is that one? National Lampoon's Vacation. It was that kind of.
Oh man.
But it had a couple wire wheels in the back of it at all times.
That's right. That's right. You were slanging them. So how long did that go for?
I went on for 2 years.
Okay.
I did that for 2 years, from 96 to 98.
It's interesting that timing, that era, the late 90s. I mean, the scene is going strong. Mm-hmm. There's a couple of magazines that are being born in LA. Industry Insider. Then it goes to Insider. Miles Kovac.
Yeah, I know Miles well.
Yeah. Love Miles. Good friend, mentor. He's family to me. And he was leading the charge with with that entertainment magazine. And then, of course, I don't remember exactly the year, but cars became a big part of a lifestyle. It became a lifestyle, and it became where MTV was doing the MTV Cribs, and then they were doing the Cars version of it.
He was the one that produced the car version.
That's right, and Dub
that
magazine
really helped. That helped a lot. That was a little later. That was around 2000-ish.
Okay. Well, I remember actually 96, 97 because
when it took off.
When it blew up, yes. When it really took us to the next level, because I remember the first pair of rims that he gave me, and this is where you tagged me. I had a cargo van, and I put 20-inch rims on that car, and you're like, you're putting these rims on? I'm like, yeah, the Miles gave them to me. And he goes, what do you got to do? I said, I just got to put the logo on the car. And he's like, cool, all right. And then right below it on the window, California Wheels. I was like, fucking Tommy, he got me. I'm like, but hey, it's the era kicked off. I remember Dub magazine. Automotive Lifestyle magazine, boom, and it just blew up.
It really did.
Celebrities, athletes, everybody was tweaking out their cars, and then the famous rim, the Latrell Sprewell rim, right? The spinners, the original spinners.
So they were actually called Davin.
Oh,
so
okay.
The company that made them was called Davin.
All right. I'm getting schooled now, on rims here. I love it. Hey, but Latrell Sprewell was the first one that was promoting them, I think.
The way that he had it, so Latrell Sprewell had bought a business called Daz Motorsports.
Okay.
So I knew all the guys from there, and Daz Motorsports distributed European brands, and then they got into the Japanese brands, some low and hard, like famous ones. Then they left. They sold the retail portion to Sprewell, which became Sprewell Racing.
Yeah.
And they did wholesale. We were a distributor for their wheels too. Like big brands. Lowenhart was super popular. Maya was popular. Racing Heart. Okay. So the way Sprewell got known with those wheels being called Sprewells is the show that Miles had produced, the Dubs.
The Dub car edition. The car. Yeah.
Yeah. So they filmed it at they filmed a part at Sprewell Racing.
Okay.
And they had planned to have, or they just happened to have some of it wasn't fully a prototype. It was like the V1 first vision that wasn't like fully ready totally for, release, only had a certain amount out there.
Yeah.
And they saw that, it was there, spun the wheel, and everybody just
went bananas.
Oh, for sure.
Bananas.
For sure.
It became like it got so bananas that they started making the adapters. You could just put them on any.
So it's interesting that you say that. The person that came up with those adapters, the design was...
everyone had spinners. They couldn't afford the real ones, so they put in the adapters, and it was... I would love to see those. If they even exist anymore.
They do. I still have some, I mean, and it's so long enough now ago. If you could have the nice stuff, the right ones, that could come back.
That would be sick.
We could refinish them in the right style and get it set up for the right kind of.
I would love to see those.
But it was interesting that you mentioned the adapter ones.
Yep.
Because the
that
guy
was a straight China knockoff one.
No. I mean, they made them there after, but the true adapter ones, it had a lug. You would have 3. So if your car's 5 lugs, you'd have 3 different lugs that had an extension that a bolt could go into.
Okay.
So you take off your regular lug nuts, you put these lugs on there. Then there's a plate with the spinner on there. The guy that really designed those and took them out was the guy, Ray, from Roadster Wire Wheels.
Oh, yes. Wow.
Yeah, and they called them choppers. And there was a company called Super By Tire that was like the big...
it's crazy that the Campbell's and the Campbell, because they're all Campbell Las Gatas area.
Well, he was out of Garden Grove.
Okay.
So Roadster Wire Wheels was out of Garden Grove.
Okay.
And the dude that it was funny because, or it wasn't funny, but the China wire wheels, the wire wheels that he called them Roadster Ds. That's what really got me started, because here's a version of a Dayton wire wheel that looks similar to it, but it's a lot less expensive. Yeah. That's where we were able to, like, I sold a lot of those to a lot of different people, a lot of guys that are still out there in car clubs and doing shows, and prominent lowrider guys. So after those wheels, though, started taking away from Ray's actual Roadster, I mean, these were a different version of Roadster, but then they took away from some of his actual ones that he designed, the actual Roadster styles and everything like that. There was a different setup and fitment. And then the China stuff got flooded the market everywhere. Yeah. And that actually declined people stopped buying Dayton wire wheels. They stopped buying Zenith wire wheel. It really kind of killed the market.
They were expensive. Those the real labeled ones were the more expensive and better quality.
There are ways to tell for sure, but for the most part, it's like the untrained, and unless somebody's really, really on it, like, yeah, you could get this and you're still getting a decent wheel that's going to be a lot less. So Ray, his business suffered after that, and it was kind of like down, and he wasn't doing as many wires and selling it and stuff. And he made a big comeback when he did the spinners. Those things went crazy. Yeah, he was a very talented machinist. Yeah, and they were the chopper spinners, and then what did they call the other one? Spin Tech. I don't know. Then Miles had his own version. They were so popular and such a hit, it got so overexposed. Yes,
and then it just became obnoxious because family cars were driving. I mean, people everyone had spinners, man. And it was because the kids were telling dad and mom, "Hey, you got to put spinners." I think they even made hubcaps with spinners.
That's right. You could get hubcaps on sale at Pep Boys aisle 7, 50% off, and they got them. Once it got to that, it was a little overexposed.
It was silly, man. It was silly.
But yeah, that's when that's when we went from. So that's when we went from more low riding kind of into 20-inch wheels. Yeah, we were doing a lot of suspension work. Well, with low riding comes with a lot of suspension, but we were doing more. There was a whole big truck scene with lowering navigators. There wasn't as much lifting. There was some, but it wasn't as popular.
Now that thing is huge. Now you don't lower them. You lift them, and you try to go as big as you can. And
the leveling kits raise up the front and the back. It used to be leveling was drop the rear. Now leveling is raise the front more. But the lowering's coming back too. There's we do a lot of suspension.
It's interesting to see that some of our past is coming. It's being recycled.
Oh, it is for sure.
And you know what? I think we're gonna come out with the spinner wheels, bro. I think we need to put it on the car and throw some spinners.
I watch the market sometimes to see if they ever have them for sale and stuff. I was thinking maybe find a nice set. I used to have them on my own Escalade. Yeah, I used to have them on a few different Escalades, and they would go for $25,000. Yeah, it was an expensive set of wheels and stuff.
Hey man, it's interesting to see how expensive rims and tires can go. I mean,
this was in 2000s, early 2000s too. So it was expensive enough where it was unheard of, that expensive kind of thing.
The most expensive rim that I've ever got exposed to was a Bugatti rim. They got damaged. It's like $70,000 to replace the rim and tire, and it was not a big damage. It was a scratch, but that scratch, no. And they replaced it, and it was like $70,000 is what I think I was told. I was like, what?
So usually what we do on Bugattis, though, because of that reason, is if you get the car a lot of times you want to take the wheels and tires off, because the very first Bugatti, the Veyron, when the first ones they came out with, it was a proprietary tire size that was specific for that. So you couldn't like order, it's a special rim diameter and a special tire size that was specific for that car. So you couldn't mix and interchange anything, and you could only get it from the dealership.
Got it.
Once they had the Chiron and the later versions of the Veyron and more options available, you would take your wheels and tires, because Bugatti, part of their service also, if you drove your car long enough, would be replaced, not just the wheel or not just the tire, would be the wheel also. But you could build a custom set of wheels that were still nice, that were still good for the car, less expensive, that fit right. And then you could take your stocks, put them in the corner that are super expensive, then drive the car with the other wheels on it and stuff. Right. We've done that for customers.
Interesting, man. Interesting. Yeah. And then I remember back in 2006, I bought my first 360 Spider. Mm-hmm. I was going through fucking tires, and I didn't know any better. And I was like, "What the fuck? Like these fucking tires? Like, I mean, it was the maintenance on that thing and the tires. I was like, and because we wanted to peel out all the time in it, and we wanted to just have fun. Mm-hmm. I mean, those tires, the Pirellis, the low profiles. I mean, those things were just. They were no joke, man. They were no joke. So
it was a combo of the tire size and the wheel size on there. I remember that car though.
When did you decide that you wanted to go brick and mortar? Because obviously you're slanging rims out of the car, and that only lasted 2 years. Was it right after that you decided to go brick and mortar?
Well, so when I first started, going to De Anza, I'm 19 years old. I'm like, okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, okay, I'm just kind of going there to do general ed and figure it out. Yeah. And then working. And then after a while, really putting more effort into selling the wheels and doing stuff with the cars. One of my first big customers was Japanese guy named Taka. Mm-hmm. And he was an exchange student from, his name was Takayuki. I can't remember his last name. He was an exchange student from Japan, and he was going to Cal State Hayward, they called it. He found my ad in the Diablo dealer, and he was like, oh yeah, he wanted to get some of the wheels. We met, we became close friends. So he would export Ben Davis and Dickies and those kind of clothes, like the Cholo type of clothes, and like the Nike Cortez.
Working clothes?
Yeah, Worker Man's Emporium. But with that, so they have a whole group that's the whole style that they would do. So I would take him to like the flea market. I would take him to Working Men's Emporium. I would take him to San Jose Blue Jeans. He would buy all this stuff, and then they would ship it back. And then we would do. He would start doing wire wheels. So he would start buying wire wheels on a more consistent basis. And during that time, he was like our first. Like, wow, I can actually like a consistent guy buying stuff. We could start doing more. I started saving up some money. I mean, out of the trunk had its challenges, though. It wasn't always, right away. And I didn't know, like, what I wanted to do right away. I did get robbed at gunpoint selling one of those out my trunk.
We're lucky to have you here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, but crazy times, and you're slanging, you're slanging rims out of the back of the car, but what do you expect? And you're probably going into some sketchy areas sometimes.
Well, I would always think about that. I would think about it beforehand, like, okay, where are you going to meet this person? Where is it? And like the way it would work is you meet them first and show them a wheel. They're not giving you any deposit or anything like that.
That doesn't exist back then.
No. Yeah. And so like they say what they want. I'd get it, pick it out. I'd order it. It would take, they would take probably 2 weeks or so to get built, week or two. Yeah. They'd ship it up. I'd get it. Then I'd go meet them, give them the wheels. And I wasn't just like, okay, I'm going to go wherever, any time of the day or anything. And you would feel the person out before. But the way that one happened, it was like a friend of a friend of a friend kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And then it was at Brigadoon Park in San Jose. And it was still, I went with a friend of mine and I had never gone with a friend of mine to sell wheels before. Yeah. So I kind of, like my friend Ellis, we went there and it was maybe 5 or 6 in the evening or something on a June, like.
Oh, it's light.
It was light. It was light for sure. It was light.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that you were able to overcome that. So, so again, going back to the like, for example, the spot that you're on right now in Campbell. Is that your first store?
No, the first one is on Alum Rock and Capitol Avenue, the East Side
Okay.
store.
Yeah. I've been to that one. Yeah. Okay. Next to Midas. I don't know if Midas is still there.
They're not, but yeah, that right there behind the Jack in the Box.
Okay.
Yeah,
there we go.
There, it's a lot smaller. It was a lot smaller then, but it's still the same address as 1998.
Okay.
41 South Capitol Avenue.
Okay.
We moved in there in 98, and it kind of, after like selling wheels and getting it kind of some money saved up and everything, I was like, cool, I want to open a store. I want to do this. Nice. And I had a friend, Clark, that would do hydraulic installs that was working out of his garage. And I was like, okay, we'll find a spot. We'll team up and we'll start doing that. And then we were going to build lowriders to export to Japan too, which we did. We started doing that also. It was like, it wasn't just going it blindly, but it was, you had customer base, you had things set up, I didn't know everything about running a business really at all or anything like that.
None of us do. We kind of jump off the cliff and build a plane on the way down. So
for sure. But it was, I had been doing it for, year and a half, couple years already. But that I had the guy that owned the building. It just worked out properly for me. His name was Arnie Addison. He was older Jewish guy that moved out from Chicago and had car lots, selling a lot of cars. And then he had an auction that was called Bay Cities Auto Auction. Mm-hmm. Now it's Manheim. It's right off of 880. If you're going north on 880, like by Industrial Boulevard, you'll see on the right-hand side a big, huge auction. That was his.
Okay, I know now. Yeah, I know which one. Okay.
So he started that auction.
Wow.
He grew it. He sold it, and he bought some properties. And then I just remember like trying to find a place, and finally, I was 21 years old. Mm-hmm. I had never gotten a credit card. I never didn't have a car loan. I never had any of that stuff. I had zero credit, and I was able to get in contact with him and talk to him. And he's like, Tommy, my boy. I remember that's how he would call me. He's like, I'm gonna take a chance on you. Yeah. Hey. And I had to have my dad co-sign for me and stuff also. But he was like a mentor to me.
And that's how you got your first building, or is this your second building?
No, that was the first one.
Okay, yeah.
And then from there, over the years, we expanded. How I got the second one was I wanted to take over the business. So after we opened, we were in there for a few years. There used to be a place next to us that was called Labor Ready. Mm-hmm. They had like on-demand
labor. My competitors, my staffing business. So I know them.
And they were. It was but a little bit of like a hangout. Some of the guys that didn't really want to work but wanted to be there and hang out would like kind of hang out around there and stuff. And then I had told Arnie I need more space. Yeah. And it just happened. Labor Ready wanted to use their own lease agreement. And he's like, look, there's a stipulation in their lease agreement. If you pay, it was like 4 or 5 months. If you pay their rent for 4 or 5 months and their like moving costs, that you can get them out. Yeah. I was like, okay, cool.
Let's go.
And I did it.
Nice.
And then we got we expanded. We doubled in size. Yeah. And then after a while, we outgrew that. And this is by like 05, 6-ish. And I 05-ish. I wanted to get the business on the other side. And it was the guy it was kind of like floundering and not doing as well. But he didn't want to sell, and he wanted to sell for regardless, just the deal wasn't right and stuff.
So you opened up Campbell. You jump, fast forward, you opened up Campbell.
Yeah, I was starting to look around for other places, and I had known of this place that was in Campbell.
That's a gold mine. That is a straight blessing. That is a great location. Yeah. You're right in the epicenter of like where things are getting done for all kinds of cars.
Yeah, because Campbell was a big automotive area. Yeah, and they would have like little auto complexes, with a bunch of different repair shops and transmission specialists, muffler shop, all that kind of stuff. And
What year is that you opened that up?
We started remodeling it in 06. We moved in there 07.
All right, so 22 years, 23 years later, right? Yeah. We're here. Business has been amazing for you.
It's I mean, it's definitely had its ups and downs,
Like
but it's
like any business, but you're still there.
Mm-hmm,
Not too many businesses can say that they passed 20 years.
We went through the .com bubble.
Yeah.
I remember that was like, we were a smaller business back then where we were still just growing. But the big one, like the first where we felt it was the 9/11.
Oh, okay. 2001.
Like for 01 9/11.
Yeah.
It was like business stopped for us for just like a little while, and there was just a whole world maybe where it was. So it slowed down and everything. But the bigger risk, then after that is when we started growing. Like the whole.
Did 08 affect you guys? 08
for
09?
sure.
Yeah.
That was the big one.
Yeah. I remember that affected a lot of people. I mean, that's what
I had just opened the other store. We had just finished remodeling. So this first store, I had maybe 20 grand saved up, and I bought display cases. I went to this area in LA called the Pico area, the display district, got cases. I spent all my money. Like, okay, bro, you better sell some wheels now.
Yeah. You put the heat on yourself.
But doing the new store, like the whole place got full remodel, reparking lot. The city made you do all kinds of things, like fix their bad plumbing, fix like just all kinds of requirements. It was expensive, so it was like a big investment to open that up. And then it was like, cool, we were doing really, really well. But then that happens and it starts slowing down. So like, not the best timing on.
What's the what's like the most expensive car, or more like exotic or craziest, or I don't know, what would be like the one that really stands out out of your whole 30 years experience in this? What would be one of those ones
that stands out from being expensive?
Yeah, just for me, or just for you, like it's just like one of a kind that you just like. It's still like right now it pops up in your mind. What would be that car?
I mentioned that we made like a wire wheel specialty designed to go on a Ferrari.
Yeah.
And a new one out of a two-piece. That car's probably worth, I mean, it's over $2 million for sure. 812 Competizione Aperta. We've done a lot of work for this guy through the years.
Yeah.
He's got a Ferrari that he was offered $100 million for at Quail.
Wow.
They won the best of show at Quail is Monterey Car Week. Like, big prestigious show where all the brands
everybody, the who's come out.
Yeah, so he got offered
$100 million is a lot for a car.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like the most expensive car ever sold was 142. It was a Mercedes SLR specialty one, and maybe in private sales, but the most expensive public sale that's on record. So this would have gone down in like most expensive Ferrari and who knows if it was going to materialize or what happened or anything. But when you have that, you don't really need to or want to like have to sell it.
You don't have to.
But it's not easy to turn down at the same time either. If it's the real deal,
if you don't need it and you got plenty of it, I mean, hey, sit on it.
It's a Ferrari F50 GT serial number 001. It was like their racing team that never. It was for a certain category of racing that never fully built the team for, and they only made 3 of these cars. This one was going to go to the Sultan of Brunei, and that deal didn't work out for some back end kind of politics and stuff. He was able to get it. He got it in the early 90s, had it ever since.
Wow.
But really special car.
I love Ferrari. I told myself yesterday as I was thinking, I was like, I'm gonna buy me one again. I'm really the one that I really can appreciate, because I think after the 488, the car just got really too light. It felt too plasticky for me, or just I don't know. But the 488, the 458 too, I like. But I like what they did with the 488. So I think if I go back, I'm gonna pick up a 488.
I got one at the shop right now.
Do you really?
Yeah, for sure.
What color?
It's white.
Come
take a look at it.
Is it yours?
No, it's not mine.
How much? How much do they want? Well, that's the other thing. These cars all of a sudden blew up in price.
Oh yeah,
they went up. Well, fuck, I've seen some for $300,000.
They're gonna go. So a lot of the Ferraris, they'll have a cycle, like their depreciation cycle and the value cycle.
Yeah.
So the newer model will come out, And depending on the vehicle, and the 488 is going to go up, the F8 is, they'll do their depreciation. Then they'll kind of hit this.
Is it a Spider?
Valley. Yeah. And
I wanted it in white or red. I'm like, okay.
And then once it goes down to a certain level, it'll start just going back up.
Yeah.
And the 458, the 488 is basically the evolution of the 458.
Yeah.
Turbocharged. You got all the power.
All he did was they put the little wind tunnels
Those
on
are the intakes for the turbos.
Yeah. There you go. So and then the car just felt a lot lighter.
It's got way more power.
Yeah, and way too much power. That actually, I've learned how to drive that car, and I remember the 488. The first time because they're similar, the 458, 488, and all of a sudden I'm fucking jamming. I'm in Miami and I'm jamming, and all of a sudden I have to hit the brakes hard, like quick, brakes lock. And I thought I'm gonna turn, dude. No, it's going forward. The wheels are sliding forward. There's no turning. And that actually, I thought for a minute I was about to total this Ferrari. I was like, so felt my nuts in my throat. I was like, oh damn.
But the reason those are going to be the sweet spot too is because the new ones they're not being designed by Pininfarina, and they've got. They're going to a hybrid drive system, which they're perfecting it now and is getting better. But a lot of people are like, we don't want to plug in hybrid, or we don't want a hybrid at all. We want our car to be all car. And the F8 is the last before they started going over to the hybrid plug-in assist.
The other part that I didn't like about the Ferraris when they got rid of the double lights, the tail lights.
Oh yeah,
man.
So the 360 and the 430 used to have the double taillights in the back.
Like I would love the 430, but it's the old. When you look at it now, the body style, it's like But then you go 458 and 488. I'm like, damn. But if they can only do it with the double lights, it'd be better. That was the signature.
Oh, for sure.
That was the signature. And then I think Corvette bid off of that shit. So.
But Corvette's had it on there for a long time, since like the C5.
I'm a Corvette hater. So. Even the new one, I'm like, that's the I call it the poor man's Ferrari. So
well, they designed that basically. It's very, very similar.
Super
to the suspension wise and the setup, the brakes, everything. The coilover system on it, the engine placement. I mean, it's very similar to the Ferrari. McLaren similar to it.
Crazy stuff, but. Man. Tommy, I know that we can end up talking for hours here on cars, man. I'm like, because I love the stories, man.
Right.
I told you, I told you, we're gonna blast through an hour pretty quick here. But if people want to come out to your shop, you're on social media, Cali Wheels.
Yeah,
right?
Cali Wheels.
You got a website, CaliWheels. Is it California Wheels or Cali Wheels?
We have both of them, but
nice.
CaliWheels.com.
You know that domain's got to be worth a lot of money too.
Yeah,
and they probably have offered you some good money for that. And you're located in San Jose and Campbell. Silicon Valley, baby. Let's go. I'm gonna definitely come by. I want to check out that Ferrari. Is the guy wanting to sell it or what?
I mean,
everything has a price.
Everything getting Baron Davis in the club had the price, right?
I don't know how bad I want it, but I'll go take a look at it. Well, I appreciate you coming out, man. And like I said, we can definitely go for hours on this, and we can talk about stories, because I'm sure that. I mean, I know that you've done a lot of athletes, a lot of probably celebrities, a lot of people that have come through your shop, man.
Yeah,
and
a lot of famous people, a lot of athletes. We did a lot of work. We did. Jason Richardson would come a lot. We did some work for Baron Davis, not much. Steven Jackson would come a lot. Stephen Curry was a customer. Too Short, a lot of Bay Area rappers. Richie Rich, done a lot of stuff for Rich over the years. High tech guys, Larry Ellison, we would do, like, I never met him. He used to have this big Acura NSX collection though.
Okay.
And we would do he was an NSX, Acura NSX guy.
Okay.
We would do wheels on those for him and stuff. All sorts of different people.
That's amazing, man. That's I again, you've had a journey that I knew that we were gonna get a story out of you, man. For the entrepreneur that's out there, that's trying to figure out their life, like you, trying to figure out what direction. what are some key words of advice that you would give to the person that's out there that's trying to figure it out?
If you can't figure it out, just find a way. If you can't find a way, just figure it out.
Sounds like a circle right there, bro.
Yeah, keep doing it until it works. That's right.
Hey, I agree. If you can't find a way, you're gonna have to make a way.
Yeah,
and that's something that has been dear to me. I've been working since I was 15 as well. An entrepreneur since I was 15. The only time I ever had a job was I did a seasonal job at JCPenney when I was a kid, 16 years old. They needed Christmas work, a grunt. They needed somebody to run in the back and do stocking. And that was really, after that experience, I was like, I never want to work for anybody, period. Even I don't care if it was retail. They would just, and then, of course, I worked for my family on the summers. I would do summer jobs, and my mom would send us out to New York to go work with my uncles. But that was more of a education for me. Like, my uncles would tell me, Mauricio, use your brains, not your hands. And it's not that you can't use your hands, but then my other mentor, Harry Evans, who you know, the godfather, the true godfather of nightclubs, he would say to me, Mauricio, don't use your hands, use your brain to control 100 hands. Whew, man, I was like, that was some deep stuff that I got at a very young age. And it's been with me, and it's gotten me to where I'm at today. So I understand your peaks and valleys as a business owner, because all business owners, I don't care what kind of business, we all have those peaks and valleys. Oh,
there's going to be challenges.
Yeah.
You're going to have problems. You're going to have mistakes. But just think of them as a lesson. Whatever happened, they're lessons.
Mistakes are lessons.
Yeah.
That's all they are.
Putting you closer to the right direction. Just reframe whatever the issue is and keep going the right way and stuff.
Wow. Tommy, I just got to say, man, thank you again for coming out. I know you got a busy schedule. Your phone's probably been blowing up just like mine, but, hey, it is what it is. I'm definitely going to come out to your shop. Guys, whenever you need some wheels, man, some tires, come visit California Wheels. Hey, I'm going to call it right now. It is the official tire and wheels, rim and tires place for Mauricio Mejia Live, bro. Because there's no one else that I would honestly trust to put on some rims in my car. So, and my boy Rick Faust too. He mentioned that the other day. He was like, I saw what you did on his Prowler, man. That thing is sick. Yeah. It's sick. So, anyhow, thank you again for being here. It's Mauricio Mejia Live, California Wheels.
Like, comment, subscribe. Mauricio Mejia Live on YouTube.